All right, let's begin laying down in butterfly pose, extended butterfly pose. With the feet together, knees wide, and the elbows lightly clasped above the head. And then breathe into the diaphragm. And breathe out, just letting your belly fall. So if you imagine you're wearing a belt between the bottom of the ribcage and the top of the hips, every time you breathe in, you breathe into the belt, so it expands in every direction. As you breathe out, feel your body draw away from the belt, evenly and equally in all directions. Take a moment just to feel present in your body. Observing how you feel, what the muscles in your body feel like, what your joints feel like. Whether there are any other sensations. Feel your breath moving within you. Take one more deep breath in here. And then where you've got your forearms clasped, keep them clasped and just move your shoulders towards the left top diagonal of your mat. You may want to widen where your grip is along your arm. Maybe take it a little bit lower to the wrist to enable the back of the shoulders to stay relaxed. So move into a little bit of a side bend. And as you breathe in, although you're breathing into your diaphragm, notice how the inhale lifts up to your armpits. We're just going to take 3 more breaths here, although it is delicious, isn't it? Focus on pressing your knees down towards the floor. And that will heighten any feeling towards the outside of the right hip. After the third breath, Lift your shoulders off the floor, walk them round to the top right hand corner of your mat until you feel a stretch starting to travel down the outside of your torso. Just check that you're not arching through your spine in or like away from the floor up towards the ceiling in any place. So the lower back around where the bottom of the rib cage is, the middle of the rib cage. The only curve comes to the side. Take 3 more deep breaths. And then gently returning the shoulders back to the middle of your mat. Bring your legs together. Hug your knees into your chest. Maybe have a little roll side to side. Let's take a few gentle rotations. So arms to the floor, either feet to the floor or feet off the floor, and roll the hips from one side to another. Still focusing on breathing into the diaphragm. So that enables you to keep your upper body anchored as you move. Exhaling to pull the waist in. So always think inhale, travel the legs across. Turn the head the opposite way. Exhale, stay. On the side that you're now on, stay. The arm that's on the opposite side, you're going to circle that arm above the head all the way round to the other side. When you get to that hand, you're then going to return and come back up overhead. Do that 5 times. So arm overhead to just in front of the fingertips of the other hand. And then exhale, circle the arm back to the other side. When you take the arm to the other side, don't worry about getting the shoulder all the way down to the floor. Focus more on keeping your hips and your legs together. And that acts as your anchor. On the fifth one, just stay there for a few breaths. And then change to the other side. Stack the knees. Sweep the new top arm overhead in both directions. Approximately 5 times. See if you can keep your hand as close to the floor as your body allows as you travel around. I've obviously lost count there. When you've got to your fifth one, stay there for a few breaths. Brilliant. Returning back to the middle of your mat. This time, feet can stay together or part them to the edges of the mat and allow the knees to fall together. Clasp your hands above your chest and then push the knuckles forwards and up to lift the head and shoulders and roll. Aim to try and keep your hips rooted to the floor, which is why having a wider base sometimes can make it feel a little bit easier to do that. And you can squeeze the knees together. That way, we get that rotation happening. Actually, a little bit more in the lower to mid back. Cool, just one more each side. Or make sure you feel balanced. And then hug the knees into the chest. Take a rock up to sit or any other way that works for you. And then spin your feet round. Come onto all fours. Inhale, upward cat. Stay there on the exhale and squeeze your waist in. Same in downward cat. Breathe in to move there. Stay as you breathe out. Pull your belly in and up underneath the ribs more. Inhale, open the chest. Stay as you exhale. Notice how that deepens your pose. Breathe in around the spine. There's a nice few cracks in my back then. Tuck the chin to the chest. Keep the weight over the hands. Stay as you exhale. Have a rock forwards and back a few times. And then step your right foot outside your right hand, but keep your left knee under the hip. So it's quite a short short lunge. Short lunges for short people. Inhale, upward cat. Stay there on the exhale. Inhale, downward cat. Stay there on the exhale. One more time, breathe in. At the same time, get the feeling that your right knee is trying to slide forwards. Stay on the exhale and almost press your knee out to the right side without the big toe lifting. Inhale, downward cat. Push into your right foot and the ball of your left foot or the left shin. Stay on the exhale and press the ground away more. Take your arms off the floor and come up to upright. Take a breath in, lift your arms up, and then side bend to your right side. So the right arm falls, left arm stays over the top. Here, keep lifting up through the front of the left hip and shift back just a touch, just to deepen that feeling in the hip flexor. Gently lower down, bring your hands back to the floor, step the right leg back and the left leg forward. So again, it's that narrow stance, 2 90-degree angles with the legs. Breathing in, lift the chest. Upward cat, breathe out, stay. Imagine you're screwing your hands out and the back of your shoulders in. Breathe in, round your upper back. Downward cat. Tuck your tailbone, feel your abdominals engaging. Upward cat on the breath in. Again, focus on your leg. Let there be length in your hamstring. So you are welcome to shift that knee forwards. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Taking the hands off the floor, lift them up to the ceiling. And then side bend to the right side, left side even, so the right arm's overhead. Tuck the right side of the hip under and just gently shift back a touch. Then think both armpits, reach them out. Brilliant. Bring your hands back to the floor, but then tuck the right knee underneath the left leg, or any other way you want to get there. Yeah. Shuffle your sit bones into a comfortable position. If you'd rather sit on a block, if that helps, then you can. To be a bit lighter in it, have the foot in a little closer, or the other side of the shin, or if you want to go a bit deeper, it helps to lean forwards a little to squish the knees together for cow face or shoelace pose. And another option is to take a little block under the knee to help keep the knees lifted, which can help posture. And also that feeling of your glutes stretching. I've suddenly gone really warm. Take your left hand to the side, right arm up into a side bend. The glorious, glorious side bend. And we're going to take a little fold onto the left front diagonal. So don't worry about going too deep to begin with, especially if your back feels quite stiff first thing in the morning. Squeeze your belly in and round your hips back and down. Take a breath in, lift your right arm back up into the side bend. stay there on the breathe out. Press the right side of your hip bone down. Inhale, come forwards on the diagonal. So keep the hips anchored. Find length and looseness in the spine. Pull the belly in. You can tuck the chin a little here just to get that rounding through the neck, the upper back as well. The right arm rises back into the side bend as you inhale. Explore your space, turning underneath the armpit, the lifted arm as you exhale. And then back down into your fold, drawing the belly in. This time, get the feeling that your shoulders are trying to turn all the way around your left shoulder. So that's on the breath out. Every breath out, draw your waist in. Imagine the narrowing away from your imaginary belt. And then that's when you explore the depths of your rotation in your side bend. Take 3 more deep breaths, feeling the breath expanding your spine and feeling the release of it, creating softness all over your body. Or maybe that's the intensity all over your body. Gently unravel. Take a little counter twist to your right. Turn the head to look over the shoulder. And then unravel. In fact, actually, whilst we're here, before we move, let's take a little fold directly forwards. Again, focus on keeping the bum anchored, rolling the back of the hips down onto the floor, feeling the abdominals drawing in. A long exhalation. Three more deep breaths. And gently rise. Shift the weight back. Unhook the leg. Oh, take your feet mat distance apart roughly. Drop your legs over to the left side. And then to the right. That's the side, isn't it? And then focus on that pressing of the hip forwards just to open. In fact, if you want to go a bit further, hands can be on floor or on a block from behind. And then just press the hips forwards and take your arm overhead. Explore where the arm goes. Lifting completely out of your hips. And then gently lower back down, transferring to the other side. So this time, left leg on the bottom, right leg on the top. Again, choosing where you want the feet to go. You can play around with where the placement is. Maybe it feels better to go a bit wider. If you want to sit on the block or block under the knees, then that's cool. Take a side bend to your right. Relax your right shoulder. Again, then take to fold. Side bend, left arm rises. And because one side will naturally feel a little bit easier than the other, you will notice slightly different sensations and range. Come forwards on the right diagonal. Trying to relax the inner thighs at the same time that you're in your fold here. Letting any tension leave from the outside of your hips. And then breathing in, lifting the left arm back into the side bend, drawing the chest up under the armpit. Again, keeping the left hip anchored down and trying not to sink into the shoulder or even lock the arm up here. Bend the elbow a touch to drop down. All right, onto your diagonal fold. This time we stay a little longer. Focus on trying to rotate your shoulders round to the right corner or right diagonal, right behind you even, that's what I'm trying to say. Take 2 more breaths. And then walk yourself around to the front. And take your fold forwards there. Take as much time as you need to allow your back to settle. Take 3 more deep breaths. And then gently rise. Uncross the legs. That's easier said than done, isn't it? Just drop them to the right. And then to the left. And focus on the rolling forwards of the hip. Creating as much sensation any way you want. Pulling the belly in, lifting the chest up. And then if you wish to support the hand on the block or stay with the hand on the floor, press into the parts of your body touching the floor, so your shins, the tops of your feet. Explore where the arm goes. Every position brings a new delight. And then gently lower back down. Take a seat. We're doing this one backwards today. Take your right hand to the back of your left shoulder blade. Tilt your head to the left shoulder. Keep breathing low into the torso. Staying in the tilt, lower the chin down to the chest. Feeling the upper trap stretch on the right side. Eyes to armpit. Turn the head to look over the left shoulder. Continue to lift the chin up, 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 until you feel the stretch travel into the side of your cheek. Then return back to the beginning with the front. Remove the arm from behind your back. Lift the arm above So the right arm down, slides down towards the center of your back. Take the elbow loosely, and then side bend to the left. Still getting that tricep stretch in on the right arm. Keeping your hip anchored, trying to keep your thighs soft, relaxed. Good, come back up, release, left arm to the right shoulder blade, tilt your head to the right. Staying in the tilt, drop the chin down. Eyes to right armpit. And then lift the chin to look over the shoulder. Continue to lift the chin up. Oh, disgusting yet gorgeous at the same time. Return your head back to the front. Take the left arm down to, slide it down the center of the back, elbow pulsing close to the side of the head of the left arm. Find that tricep stretch and then move into the side bend. Keep breathing low into the torso. It's amazing how it anchors you and balances you out. Gently return back up to the middle. Remove the arms, this time place the hands on the front of the chest. Lift the chin forwards and up, whilst holding the skin and pulling it down. Maybe just move the chin a little to one side, then the other. Maybe it feels better to hold the skin down more to the side than directly in the middle. And then gently return the head. Last one, link the fingers. Place them on the back of the head. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, tuck your chin, pull your belly in, pull the elbows together. Try not to push the head down, but just feel the hands as a little bit of extra weight. Just to deepen the feeling of the stretch down the back of the neck. The more you tuck the chin to the chest, and this is what I find for myself, the more I tuck it in, the more I try to curl the spine, the nicer it feels. And by nicer, I mean the more I can feel the stretch. Gently push your head into your hands, even to return back to upright. At the same time, pull the elbows back, lift the center of the chest, find a gentle back bend. And then release your arms down. Swap your legs over or sit in another comfortable position just for a few more moments. Allow your eyes to close or your eye gaze to soften. And breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Count in the length of your inhale as 4. Hold your breath for a count of 2, 3, or 4. You pick. Breathe out for a count of 6 or 7 or 8. So much choice. And then hold your breath again at the end of the exhale for the same length that you held your breath for before. So either 2, 3, or 4. And then begin that cycle again. Inhale for 4. Hold your breath. Try to go to 4, but without straining. Breathe out. Go for length, 6 to 8 counts. Hold your breath for 2 to 4. And keep going through that cycle. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Hold your breath. Breathe in. Hold your breath. Breathe out. Hold your breath. 3 more rounds. And then allow your breathing to return back to its natural rhythm at the end of those 3 cycles. And bring a little bit of movement back into your body. Giving it anything that it needs to reawaken. Might be nice to do a few more of these. And you can sweep the arm round. And then lifting the hips off. Yay, how are you feeling?